Hey guys, MakerJay here. So just following up from my video from yesterday, just going to do, as per requested, a quick video on how to combine and align models. Blender this time. So yesterday was using Fusion 360. Now today we're using another free program called Blender. Blender's really good for quick modifications, for sculpting, and sort of modifying specific faces. I really like Blender. If you're doing overall modifications, if you're doing something precise that involves measurements and stuff, Fusion's the way to go. But if you're doing quick things or you're doing artistic sort of stuff, Blender's definitely amazing and worth learning. Now this is a lot quicker to do on Blender. This is the screen you'll get. I just click out of that little menu. You always sort of start with a cube. You can just delete that cube. And we'll use the same shapes that Gruntled Gaming, the requester, has wanted to use. So if we just import them now, so this is actually much easier, makes much more sense than Fusion. You can just import STL and go to where they're found, and then we want to see if you can grab two. Yep, you can grab them both and import them both. Now this is the same issue. This really shows the issue of the origin when it comes to things off Thingiverse. Now, you don't have to convert this to a body or anything like that. You can just edit this STL as it is. So this thing is sitting way off the origin. This little orange dot is the origin, and this is where the body's sitting. The easy way to fix it, and that also means doing your scaling and stuff, it's going to be off because it's scaling to the origin. The best way to fix it, you just click on the body, you right click, set origin, and then you can either set the geometry to the origin, meaning that the body will move to where the orange point is, or set the origin to the geometry, meaning that the orange dot will move to where the body is. Now, the orange dot will move to the central body of mass of this thing. So that's really handy as well. I'm going to move the geometry to the origin because I want it over here with the other guy. And it's not touching anything, but it is in the center, so it's balancing all these sort of faces out, and that is the center point of all those faces. So if we want to scale that down now, super easy. Just scale on the left-hand side. Let me just move that over a little bit. So scale on the left-hand side, and you can type a specific number in by going, if you press N. You've got these options up here, so you can scale it to like 0.8 in that axis, 1.2 in that axis, and 0.5 in that one. Or you can do 0.9, 0.9 to get like a uniform scale, 0.9. You can also sometimes click and drag. I'm just trying to remember how to do that. Grab like that, and that'll let you do all of them. So that's how you quickly scale. If your scales, say if you set this to 0.5, but that's what you want, you can actually go select object. Sorry, there's a way to set the scale. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. Different video. You can also set the specific measurements too, but that is of like this point to this point. It's not actually the length of the specific things. So I want that all to be 1 again. And then you can also rotate it by going to this one. Rotate it as you want to for specific axes. If you hold down Control, it does it in clicks of like 5 degrees, I think. Or you can rotate it up here as well, set the rotation up here. If we want to put that back. Perfect. And so this makes it a little bit harder. It doesn't quite have that easy snap to thing that Fusion's got. I mean, it may. It's got a lot of tools in here. I haven't found it or sort of used it. But if we want to grab this guy, and we want to click this one here, you get rotation, movement, and scale all in the one sort of circle. You can move him down there. Go on the actual plane. There. We might use this 90. Yep. And we want to up this guy just a smidge like that. Maybe just ears a little bit. So the issue with Blender is you kind of need them to actually be overlapping to merge things. If you ever need to like add some size, you can actually go Object, Edit Mode. You got dots, lines, and faces, vertices, edges, and faces. And if you grab a few of these, this tutorial is going to be a little bit more complex than I thought. If you grab this little circle thing, sorry, not circle thing, the select circle and in there, you can actually just like paint. If you let go, just hold shift and you can keep adding. Faces. Now the reason I'm doing this is if I then go, you can do it to a few different things. You can just grab them by pressing G and they'll move them. You can press E and that'll extrude out from that plane that they're all facing, which is probably the best one you want. E for extrude or G for grab. Grab will move them around and stretch and pull them. And then we can move that back in. So go back to object mode. We'll just scooch him back in a little bit. So now that's overlapping. Now the reason I say that is to join these two items now, we want to go select the item you want to sort of join it to. Go add modifier, so this little spanner on the right hand side, add modifier and Boolean. Boolean allows you to cut poles out, it allows you to combine two objects. So select object on the right here, and you can from the drop down, or you can just click on the other object. And you want to do a union, so you want to combine them in a union. Press apply, and now if we hide this guy, we've got this now actually has a clone sort of version on it. I deleted it, but you can hide it, you can do what you need. So this is there, and then we want to save this as an STL, you just go File, Save As, sorry, no, Export STL, and choose where you want to save it, and then you can print that. So I hope that helps. There's two different ways to do the combining and aligning, and they both have their pros and cons, but see which one works best.